Hey everybody, Scraft here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to our Let's Farm series on the Old Stream Farm. We're now in November and yeah, we did quite a bit in the last episode. We got some grass silage done. It's sitting out in this bunker here. Just there. So that should be getting along now. We've pretty much passed 2 days. Yep, 88% fermenting. That's great news. So that'll be ready soon. I know it's not a lot, but you know, it's the first kind of cut of the grass. So yeah, kind of make do with what we got and all that. But in the last episode we did tackle this and the sheep pasture at the side, so we replanted grass in. As you can see, when we've gone into November, that state's now gone to the first grow stage and it's actually consumed already, so the cows are getting a bit of the grazing mod now. It's working much better, so that was a good thing that we did there. And yeah, cows are crazy. Like if we look at the feed, I did point this out in the last episode, they're consuming 15,300 litres a day, but finally the health is going back up. We've got quite a lot. All the bales that I bought in the last episode, right at the end, I bought some, I think I bought 5 hay bales and 5 silage bales. I just fed all that into this pasture, which is why you can tell we've got a bit more base food and roughies, which is technically hay, that is. So yeah, the hay bales had about 6,000 litre capacity and the 3,500 was only for the silage. So we've got enough there, but the good thing is we are consuming now from the grazing mod, so that's going to help us quite a bit. It is much better to look at now, as you can tell. This, like showing you out there, you can see all the fields that we've planted in. I've kind of gone to the first growth stage. So the old, the red beet field that we did, that's gone. The wheat field is now another wheat field. That's germinated, so it's looking good. Pretty much all the fields except what we're going to be doing sunflowers in, which is the soybean fields, and then we've got one that's going to be for maize silage. But yeah, it's finally looking a bit more like a farm now and not so bare, just soil everywhere. Or the seeded bed texture. But yeah, this is the grass field that we mowed, so that's one stage above the other one. So you can see the difference there. I still don't think we're going to get that final cut in though. We'll have to wait and see. But we've got a couple of things to do in this episode. We're going to focus mainly on getting the soybeans harvested and brought in. Going to store that in the silo with the... I think we've actually got a tiny bit of wheat and oats. Yeah, we have. So they're going to get sold in January. Now, what I'm going to do with that is I'm probably just going to sell them on the map. I am going to do, though, with the soybeans that we get, which I think is, if I remember rightly, a little bit later on. Yeah, so we're talking like June, July time. I'm going to sell that off the map if it's the best price. So going to hire a trade and all that, but it's just not worth it for like, what, 10,000 litres of product. So we're just going to, yeah, we're going to do that. I would like to grow a load of canola at some point and do just a real massive batch of vegetable oil. That's, I think that'd be pretty cool to do. I haven't really done that much in FS22. Kind of skipped over the oils. So, I mean, it'd be really good to do olive oil and things like that as well. That's technically what the crop's for. I mean, I know you can have olives on their own, but you don't usually do anything else with canola except make vegetable oil, which is, you know, a massive thing in most kitchens. So it's an important product. That field that I left with some grass in that I said I was going to make into hay, I've done that, baled it up. They're 6,000 litre bales. And yeah, at 125 as well, because I adjusted, which I mentioned previously about adjusting the XMLs in Maize Plus because I'm using that, so I can kind of specify the weight and the size of the bale. So I've gone for a 6,000 litre hay bale, straw bale, that kind of stuff, and even silage bales, if we do that, will turn out the same. It's just when you buy them in the shop, they're set at 3.5. So we should get bigger bales than the 125s on all bales that we do. But I have done the hay and it's in there, so that's that sorted out. I've got a bit of feed, and obviously with the silage it's in the bunker as well. That's going to help out quite a bit. But let's crack on. I need the fence. Can't remember where I've parked it now. It's just there, conveniently. We're going to go and buy or lease, probably lease out an item that we really need. And it's to do with selling the milk. I've not got the mod on that just automatically sells the milk. I wanted to go more with the base game on this. So we're going to drive up to the shop. We're going to lease out and the most convenient price and, you know, size and all that stuff, kind of tanker we can buy, so we can pick up the milk, because we are sitting... Is this car going to turn? Nope, that's good then. Yeah, we're sitting at about I think it's about 9,000 or maybe 8,000 or something. So we should sell it, because the best time to sell milk is October anyway, so we're a little bit after it, but the price is only going to drop down for a bit now, so we may as well just get it done, and then at least we've got a way. And if we get a capacity of, like, let's say 10,000 or 8,000, I think most of them are 8,000, I haven't got many mod tankers on for milk. So, yeah, if we can just get that sorted, and every time we get to the right volume, we can just keep picking it up and go and sell it. So let's see what our options are. Right, so definitely know I haven't got many mods, but they should be under animals. So I've got a couple here that are obviously base game, but they're just for water. That's the one I've already got, and it's such a shame that I can't have water in that. I do know there's a mod out there that basically allows me to put milk into the Joskin tanker as well as water. So I probably should have used that instead, because I'm buying 2 tankers here when I don't really need to. I mean, maybe we could sell this one. We could, and then just get this MKS8 Lizard, which is 8,000 litres, so only 700 more, but the price jumps up massively. But the good thing about that is we can hold water, milk. We can also hold liquid fertilizer and herbicide if you wanted to transfer it for some reason, which we're not going to do. But yeah, I should probably get that Joskin mod back on. I know I've probably got it in my mod folder as well. I'm not 100% organised with mod folders. I do tend to sort out mod folders, but I'm chopping and changing, bringing mods in and out. It's so much work sometimes to just keep on top of that. If I had a single save game and I wasn't making content over different series, then I think it'd be a lot easier. But yeah, I guess we just need to figure that out. Sometimes I choose as well what mods I'm going to get. And I know I've seen people with this perfectly organised mod folders where they've got every mod they're going to use saved in a folder, and then they've got some kind of software that's, you know, automatically drawing through if you jump into that save game. It's really clever what you can do now, but sometimes I jump in a save game and I don't realise what mods I'm going to be using until maybe a couple episodes after, and it's just the amount of chopping and changing required. I still think it doesn't justify it, as long as I just don't have a massive mod folder of mods that I'm not using at all. The majority of mods in my mods folder are things that I'm using, either if it's on one series and another, but I do always make sure that I haven't got multiple maps in the mod folder. So every time I play a save game, say if I was going on the farmland, I'd put in my edit version of Court Farms, and then for this I'd bring the old stream farm in. So I always make sure maps, I've not got more than one going at a time, just because I think it helps a lot, because maps are usually the largest. Anyway, stop faffing, Scroft, and get yourself one of these. We're going to lease it out because 25,000 is a bit of a chunk. Is a chunk of our money that we don't really want to spend. And at the moment in this series, I'm actually enjoying the kind of freedom that I've got by leasing all this equipment out. It really does change the way you can play. And the fact that I'm using the mod as well, which returns the initial cost. It's like a deposit. So you pay for the fee and how long you've been using it. If you pay for any kind of vehicle usage costs, but you don't actually have to lose the whole cost of what you've got, which I think is pretty cool. It's more realistic as well. Right, let's go and get some milk then. 8,000 litres this holds. I think we've got about, see if I can quickly do this without driving into something. Yeah, we've got just under 8,000, so that's perfect timing. So we're probably about spot on with that. And then I imagine we're going to be going somewhere that we haven't been before, maybe the dairy. So at least we get to see something new on the map. FS22 today as well. We got some cracking news. I've literally just done a video before this that's gone live, and this is coming out the day after it. So for you guys, it's Thursday, but on Wednesday. So as I'm recording this, yeah, there's some really good information. Really good information. I'm gonna have to move that trailer on baby animals. Finally, we're getting baby animals in the base game. And do you know what's really good about that? I know we've probably, if you play on PC, you've got baby animals. There's obviously Farmer Andy is where it was born from, and the Hofbergman map that he does. He bought some, he basically bought some assets, so some like visual, some graphical assets to make baby animals and bring them into his map. And then from that, we obviously got animations and bits and bobs like that. But when you get it through Giants themselves, the animations are going to be better. Even though Farmer Andy's were really good, and, we got the mod from the permission of Farmer Andy to the mod author. I forget the name of the mod author of the realistic animals. The animal enhanced animals mod. That's the name of it. Yeah, they got permission basically from Farmer Andy to use them assets, and it is an outstanding mod. It's like a game changer when that came out. I still use it pretty much even in this series, because without it, the game isn't as good. But having it in base game means that it's going to look better. It's going to, the animation is going to be better. And the ones I've seen already are amazing. The thing that highlights out to me the most, before I carry on with that conversation, let's just figure out where we're going. Because it is a real good conversation that I want to have. I'm super excited for animals. And you've probably, if you've watched me before, you probably already realised that I've been shouting about that, I can't wait for animals. And that's the main focus for me. Like now, I just want to hear some news about animals. Right, so bakery is the best price. It's on the way down. So, I mean, the bakery want one thing, but does that mean I can sell it there? It does say buying, and I don't own it, so it should be okay. Let's just tag that place. Just don't want it to go into storage. I've done this before where the milk's just gone and stored in that. We've got 2 dairies as well. That's really strange. Let's see if we go to... Yeah, there's nothing else the dairy is going to take, is it? I just think that's really strange. Oh, we've got 2 dairies. I might actually drive up to the dairy. It's not a bad price, just in case it goes in. I mean, it does say, like I've mentioned before, it does say that you can buy it. And, they're buying it, and that's the price. But the problem is sometimes I've it just fill up in there. But I don't know if that's because I own the actual production. But let's go to this one. There's actually 2, but I'll have a look. Let's have a look where that is. Oh, it's right up there. So where's the other dairy? There's 2 dairies. Yeah, there is. There's one right at the top corner there, and there's one down here. So I think we should go to this one just because it's closer. I mean, that'd be a nice drive, but we may as well go to the closer one. I think there wasn't too much difference in price. What am I going to now? This is the one I want. Yeah, there's only like £20 in difference there. So let's go to that one, and then we can drive. Let's have a look. We'll go up the shortcut actually, and then we'll just go straight across and left turn. Straightforward enough. Yeah. So I was mentioning about the baby animals and the fact that the details in the animations are all going to look so much better, and it's amazing for console players. It really is. But the thing that looks really interesting about the animals as well is it's not just like there's a baby animal, there's a fully grown animal. There's stages to it. And what they did specify as well is the fact that like when they're first born, like a calf, for example, it's just going to be stumbling on its feet. It's not very, steady yet. And I just love the idea of that when you're going through like the calving season on your farm and you've got these baby calves that are next to the mums, and yeah, they're just kind of stumbling about the place. I just think that's super cool. Let's see if we can drive this way. A tight lane, but should do the job. Going through, watch out. Please don't cross. No. So yeah, I can't wait for it. I can't wait to see that kind of stages. Same with the piglets as well. You can see there was a couple of pictures, or maybe at least one, but definitely at least one, where the piglets, you could see that they were, bulking up, let's say. With the calves, I'm going to guess we get like newborn, and then 6 months, and then maybe something at 12 months, like a heifer, and then the 18-month kind of like bagged, where your milker's fully bagged up and it's a full size cow now. So super hyped for that, really am. I also like the idea of the weather just constantly changing. I mean, I know we get weather forecasts like for now, for example, you can see there's rain coming in, and I checked that and it's raining at 11, so we've got to try and get the harvest done before 11. But I am actually on time 0 at the moment, which is not good. There we go, times 1. But yeah, there's rain appearing at 11 o'clock. I'm gonna try and reverse a dolly now. Should be good if I take my time with it. That'll do. So yeah, so imagine if that was on FS25 now and it just said rain. You didn't know the extent of it, and then you started to see a really dark cloud in the distance, which I think is how it's going to work. Then it even mentioned as well in the press release about making sure your bales are under cover, which to me means that potentially then bales are going to be lost, whether it be just for the kind of like twisters and the tornadoes that we're seeing, I don't know. It could be the fact that it could be because they did mention hail as well. It could be something to do with the rain, and like we got in original seasons where they rot, bales rot away in the rain. Especially if it's just maybe if it's just like a heavy rainstorm with hail, it could be that they get damaged. But who knows on that? I mean, I'd like to see that because, I imagine the twisters and the tornadoes are going to be something that you can only you could turn on and off. So if you're playing on a map in a country where you don't usually see twisters, it's nice to have the option to turn that on and off, but then still get kind of like hailstorms and the thunderstorms and bits and bobs like that. But you want to have a repercussions for that, because is the field going to become partially flooded from that? Who knows? Because I know we get crop destruction from the tornadoes and from the twisters, basically. So that's going to, have a negative effect. And I know you can turn that on and off depending if you've got crop destruction. But it'd be really nice to get clarification on that. It really would. So hopefully we'll get some even more information. But overall, I'm super happy with it. I'm super happy with that. I like the look of the heavy rain especially. That's a standout for me. The twisters is a nice kind of side thing for me. I prefer thinking that we're going to have random storms and hail and things like that. Twisters is a nice random, let's just say, side bonus for me. Personally, some people might think completely different, which is, this is really cool and I want that on all the time. But yeah, I'm just hoping we get more dynamic weather in general. So not just for kind of like twisters. I want the dark clouds to appear, and then we've got, some really bad rainstorms or thunderstorms, some thunderstorms, windy storms and stuff like that on the horizon. And then map makers can, put that into the game as well. So let's just see with that one. Anyway, well, I could talk about FS25 for ages. It's I think Giants have done well this time. I think they've built the hype and they've kind of drip-fed the information in the right time frame. So they're not leaving too big a gap from when they've announced it, and we're getting some information each time that's, people enjoy. We started off with obviously having the rice announced in this Asian map that we've actually seen nothing of. And then we've gone from that to kind of FarmCon and learning more about soil deformation, the improvement in the graphics and the improvement in the visuals, so that, is the lighting and the shadowing and all that stuff that's going to make an impact when you first play the game. And now we've also heard about, and there's many more things as well that I'm probably kind of forgetting, but we've now heard about baby animals being an improvement as well. So, yeah, super cool. Right, we've got 3 fields to harvest then. We've got this field here, which is field 4. That's actually going to be my maize field, so I'm going to do maize silage in this, which is a good size field. And then right down at the bottom, we've got 11 and 12. So it's going to take a little bit of time because this harvester is not the biggest. So it is going to take a bit of time. Might be, one of the things we upgrade at some point, getting a bit of a bigger harvester, but we'll be okay for now. So let's crack on with this. Yeah, I am dropping straw because I've got the mod on that allows me to make straw, so I'll take that for now. I'll take that. I might just do 1 field of straw and then, I'll change it so it's spraying out in the field after that. So what's everyone else's thoughts on FS25? What's the thing that stands out the most to you? Out of everything that we've learnt, the changes in the visuals, so the better shadowing, the better lighting, the soil deformation, baby animals. I mean, I'm forgetting everything already. It's just focusing on what we've learnt today. But there was a lot of FarmCon as well. Some really cool stuff. I mean, we've even got potential buildings that we can construct, and even that might be a shed or a farmhouse, but we've not heard everything on that. On the Asian map, which is obviously, adding all the rice and the extra crops in that regards. As well as baby animals, we're also going to get goats and we're going to get buffalo, so that's going to be interesting to see what that includes. Obviously, the goats will likely bring like goat cheese and new production, so a different type of milk. But the buffaloes, like water buffaloes, I'm sure do provide a milk as well, so that could be another cheese type. I'm not sure. But yeah, there's a few things. We've also got a few new brands that we've seen. I think also, main point as well, we're definitely getting a UK map, by the way. End of Q1, in that year one pass. It is a UK map, and it's probably going to be in Scotland. So if I'm wrong, you can come back to this video and say you were wrong. But I think, in fact, I'm 95% sure that that is a Scottish map. And I've been talking to a few modders as well, and they pretty much agree with it. So, yeah, I think they probably know more than me. But can you imagine that? A base game UK map come in to Farming Simulator. Something that I've not seen since I've played back in FS17. I'm not entirely sure about before that. I've asked the question a few times to modders, and they've all agreed that nope, we've never had anything UK based when it comes to, you know, maps or anything like that come from directly from Giants. So I'm super hyped for that. That might be the biggest bit of excitement when FS25 drops, knowing that we are going to get this UK map, and hopefully it brings things that you know are even better, like UK equipment brands, and yeah, some new animal types, maybe like, you know, the Highlands. How cool would it be if it brings Highland cows in it? Super cool. Maybe even brings things like Ford. Who knows? I know Ford is more of an American brand, with, you know, with it actually being American, but Ford tractor's big in the UK, the old Fords. So we could get some super cool stuff. We'll probably just get a couple of, if you know, with it being a major expansion as well, because usually at the end of a, you know, the season pass, you get like year 1, year 2, for example, the equivalent of FS22. It was always that last was a big pass. It was a big pack, so it'd come with, you know, some equipment as well as a map. So you think about the Platinum expansion, all the equipment that came, and then the map as well. And then you go to the Premium expansion, it came with Zalonka, and it also came with, you know, a lot of equipment. So with it being the last kind of quarter in year 1 season pass, it should be the same. We should get, yeah, a big, obviously a map and then some equipment. So I'd imagine that with it being a UK Scottish map, it's either going to bring in something like Highland cows, and then we're going to get, you know, some unique brands tailored to the United Kingdom, for example, and Ireland. So yeah, super excited for that. I think when we see it and we start seeing some information on it, I think, you know, we'll all be well into FS25 by that point, and it's just going to make a lot of people happy. It really is, because I know a lot of people outside the UK, farm sim players, also, you know, like to play a UK map. But you can guarantee that I'm going to be taking George there. Me and George go on a holiday to Scotland. Bit of a road trip. You can see an episode coming out on that. Definitely. Right, let's get through this. We've got 3 fields to do. I'll try my best to not make the time lapse too long, but we've got to get through it. And like I said, I'll stop doing straw after this one. There should be plenty of straw for what we need.
So you see what I've been telling you. It's nothing like it seems. It's what I've been telling you. Oh, you'd learn what I mean if you came. But the risk, are you willing to take?
Right, welcome back. I've actually made a bit of an executive decision, or as George would say, a technical decision. I've been doing some technical decision making. And I sold the harvester after the first harvest thinking that 6-meter header, it's just not quite big enough. And we're doing well at the moment. We're leasing out things. Why not treat yourself to something pretty cool? So that's what I've done. I've sold it. I made about £100,000. You can see that I'm sitting at 174,000. So I've sold the header and the harvester and the header trailer, and I've leased out something that's much bigger, much better, and I think looks pretty cool. Look at this bad boy. It's the Class Tryon 720, and it's got tracks at the front, it holds a lot more, and the header is much bigger. So we're going to go have a bit of fun with this now. Why not? Let's do it. Yeah, it's probably going to be a lot of money to keep on lease, but, we'll see what we do with money in the end, and we're obviously going to move off anyway onto another map at some point. So I think just enjoy it while we can. It's something I don't usually do. I usually kind of work up the money and buy these things eventually near the end of the game, or the end of the save game. But I thought, no, we're gonna lease it out. We're gonna treat ourselves and enjoy some decent equipment, and get this harvest going on the other two fields and fly through it. This is going to come in handy as well. And I might even do some forage harvesting this time. Lease that out instead of just kind of, doing the carting on that side. I'll, try the follow me mod or even auto drive, and we'll get it proper when I'm doing the maize silage, and yeah, we'll mess about. But we got 2 fields left to do. You can see them just over there on the right, just under that wind turbine. But look at the size difference in this header. Gone from a 6-meter to a 10-meter, and that makes a difference. I think it's probably more in line with 11 meters. I mean, technically we could go from this point here. I've actually got the trailer sitting just on the other side there. Thinking about this now, it's going to be difficult. I don't want to do any crop damage, and I've already got someone waiting behind me, as you do. And I'm on a dolly. No. Why? I need to swing around. All I need is this fence not to be here, and then I could swing around. Now I've got to go all this way. And yeah, that's not good. There's always one person behind you, and if I meet anyone, that's it. I'm not going to do well. We're going to have to turn around in this crop field that's not ours. There's no damage to them or us. Let's go back and try this again. There we go. It's the dolly effect. But no, now at least we can get the header. I probably should have just gone into the farm and done it that way. It makes much more sense. But we can just park it at the front, and then we can, connect to it and start the harvest. We're just going to have to hope that this car, it's turned. There we go. I'm also thankful that they have no collisions. Right, let's start it. Let's stop here. Let him go past, or not go past. Go on, marmite. Right, I'm just going to pretend you're not there then, whilst you're faffing. Hopefully I'll move now. It's always eventful with traffic. It really is. I mean, if you saw a massive harvester on the road like that with a header trailer, you probably would not even dare get close. You'd be like, what's he doing? Oh, the fearless. FS traffic is fearless. Whoop. Right. We'll start from about here. Unfold the harvester. You wait there, marmite. Thank you. And then we'll see if it's dropping straw. We don't want to drop straw with this one. And luckily it's not, so we can just fly through this now. Look at the difference though. It's making easy work of it. And I can get through the last 2 fields with this beautiful harvester. The buying gamers for they're on LSFM. They work closely with LSFM and Farmer Andy. He makes Hofburger, and they make some cracking mods, or usually like edits of equipment we've already seen. They've done some really nice Fendt tractors, John Deere tractors, and they've also done the Class Harvester pack, which has got this really nice decals to it, and you can change the colour. It's also got some cracking stuff inside where you can see the map there, so if you can just make that out. So you've got real life mapping and everything, so kind of like proper GPS. Yeah, it's impressive stuff. But the good thing about it is we're going to fly through it, and we can hold more grain, so less carting, because the trailer we've got is pretty small as well, so we'll fly through this. I might actually do another time lapse just because I know this is obviously going to take less time and it should shorten that down. And the other field over there is probably about the same size as this one. But I'm glad I did this. I really am.
Goddess, a little too modest. My hair comes down every now and then. A wild card with a reckless heart. I've seen love come around the bend. I raised babies that were not mine, and I might raise my own on my own time. Been handed fate, was too late. Made my luck on my own dime. Been called too crazy, been called too blind. But I built this ground I'm walking on. Been running ever since I was a child, drowning out the noise with the red dirt in my voice. Build a kingdom up just to burn it down, and if you need me, I'll be laughing at the pain, dancing in the flames. Every heart grows a little cold, and every soul is bought and sold. Truth be told, it's getting old. I'll find a place where I can go. Start a fire and rise again. Right away out on the wind. Been running ever since I was a child. Drowning out the noise with the red dirt in my voice. Build a kingdom up just to burn it down. And if you need me, I'll be laughing at the pain, dancing in the flames. I've been running ever since I was a child, drowning out the noise with the red dirt in my voice. Build a kingdom up just to burn it down, and if you need me, I'll be laughing at the pain, dancing in the flames. I'm a gypsy goddess, a little too modest, still dancing in the flames.
My God, that was so much easier with that class harvester. I pretty much flew through them last two fields there. But that brings all the harvesting done from what we started off with. We did the red beets, we did the wheat, we've done the barley, and now we finally finished off the soybeans. So everything going forward now is anything that we plant in. Let's just quickly, though, before we end the episode, let's just look in our time-saving stock checker. And we're going to see, we got 30,563 litres, which, if we sell in July, gives us just under 80,000. Really good crop into its soybeans. Gives off a lot. And you can see that Autumnberg as well is the best sell point currently. And that's the one that we need to use the train for. So we're probably going to be doing that as well. But I'm happy with that. We just need to... What next? We need to sort out the fields. We've got to plant in sunflowers. We've also got to plant in maize, but we can't do that until after the winter months. It says there's a bit there that's ready to harvest, which is very strange because I'm pretty certain I've harvested that whole field. So I'm not sure about that. Yeah, we're going to put maize in field 4, and we're going to put sunflowers in 8, 11, and 12. There's a bit of a tricky spot around here where I had to change the angle that I was harvesting on. I did a bit of crop damage just because I couldn't get it to do the harvesting. It needs smoothing off, really. But I'm happy with 30,000 litres. I think that's pretty good. I am actually, again, I mentioned this multiple times, but I'm really enjoying this series. It's just nice and relaxing. I'm just enjoying playing the game. I'm going to try some oil. We'll use the sunflowers to make sunflower oil instead of just, doing canola and vegetable oil. I think that's going to be a good production to go down. Got a bit of weeds growing in this field now where we've put in our, let's have a look, we've put some barley in there for profit. This one's going to be for whole crop silage. Going to get straw from pretty much 5, 6 and 2 as well. So yeah, not bad at all. I'm looking forward to doing some sunflowers though. Should make this area look pretty nice. Next episode, we're looking at what we're in now, November. So we're probably going to maybe skip to the winter months. Doing a bit of field prep in between. I mean, we could just kind of tackle some of the jobs. Maybe we could spend some of that money we just got from selling selling the harvester and hire out a few things and kind of get a load of workers going. Yeah, we've got pretty much. Let's have a look at the state of these fields. So we've got 3 that definitely need a bit of work. They're going to need pH. They're going to need lime. They're going to need probably mulching as well. And yeah, we need to direct seeding, but we're going to be doing that in the spring months. So we might do that, or we might skip through to spring, see what goes on. Yeah, overall, pretty decent. I mean, there's alfalfa as well that we can grow on this map as well. We might try a bit of alfalfa out. Make a bit of alfalfa hay to mix with everything else. We've got a lot of feed types planned out, and yeah, we could have technically whole crop silage, maize silage, grass silage, and then we've got alfalfa hay. And we could even have normal hay. And we're going to put some root crops in, aren't we, at some point? We're keeping some of the red beets, basically, and feed mix, and using that for the feed mix. So plenty to do. Sheep aren't really doing much as well, thinking about them. Just plodding along, but not producing hardly anything at the moment, actually. I don't think I've seen any wool. No, I've seen nothing. But I know that's kind of like seasonal when they start producing wool. But they've got feed in there, 100% health, so I'll have to see what happens with that. And the cows are now back up, aren't they? So they'll be doing good. We'll have to keep an eye on that food, though. And the silage will be fermented in the next episode as well. But on that note, I am going to leave the video there. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your life to watch the video. It means a lot to me. If you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. That does help me out on the algorithm. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator. See you, everybody.